Hello, my lives. So, I want to start this reading off by saying I feel like the energy has been really weird the last couple of days, and I'd say since we're right now it's 12:50, so technically it's Tuesday. Since last Thursday, I have been so tired and my body has hurt so much that I really feel like there's a big transformation going around. But I also want to note that we are in two different retrogrades, Venus and Mercury. And I can say that I do feel like there are past people coming for, I don't know, closure, I guess. We have the Tower card. And I feel like the Tower card has to do something along the lines of self-worth. So I'd say whoever it is that's coming in, they're not coming in for the best of intentions. We have the King of Swords as well. I feel like they're coming in to test you on something. And the test, I would say, has to do with your self-worth. So I'd say the person coming in, or the person that you're thinking about and having to let go of certain things from them, would be things that lowered your self-worth, but it's as if you're having to fight for what's right, fight for what you should have all those years ago. We have the Fool card. The Nine of Wands. I'm going to pull one more card. The Ten of Wands. And the High Priest card did come out as well, so I'll keep that one out too. See if it belongs in this reading. And then give me just a second to look over the cards and see what they're trying to tell us today. Okay, so I will note with these cards, I feel like it's just all the cards in general. There's not really a past, present, or future. I feel like they just kind of all go all over the place. So with the High Priest card, this has to do with spiritual advice. And I think that we have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords has to do with accurate thinking. And I would say that it has to do with the words that come to me with accurate thinking has to do with aligning yourself with the intended goal that you have in mind. Moomoo's, get off my cards. So I would say with the accurate thinking, I think that there is a Tower moment to come. But with the Fool card, it talks about something unexpected happening. And I wouldn't say that this has to do with that person coming in. What I think it has to do with, including the accurate thinking card, is I think that there is a part of you that you have tended to shove under the rug and not really deal with. Maybe because in the time that you shoved it under the rug, you didn't take it as important. And I think that with these retrogrades here, this is causing you to face those things and close out those periods. With the Nine of Wands, it talks about a cycle of completion. And with the Ten of Wands, it talks about a heavy burden. So I think with whatever it was that you shoved under the rug, I think in that time, it was causing you such a heavy burden that you didn't have the time, and it just wasn't time for you to process those things yet. And I think that now is the time to process those things and let go, because there's new things to come in, with Aries being for the zodiac new year. This is like the truly new year part of 2025. So I would say there's things from your past, whether it be people or situations or even traumatic experiences, that you have to fully close out in order to make room for these new things to come in, whether it be a job or a relationship or both. But the reason I note the job part of it is I was talking with my mom today about my business and getting more practice with like clients, and broadening my horizons with this job of how I can be helping people spiritually, but helping them as a whole, whether it be like with their physical health, their mental health, spiritual health. But I've been working a lot on my self-worth the last couple of days. Let me grab my angel cards real quick. See if we can pull anything for those ones. Let me pause this so it doesn't delete. But I know the last couple of days I've been dealing with a lot of self-worth issues, and I know that there's been one person, he wasn't in my life very long, but I know when I was with him, I was dealing with a lot of insecurities, and there are parts of that relationship that I haven't fully processed yet and accepted them for what they were. And then there's another relationship that has been popping up, and he is the reason that I started my spiritual journey and decided to work on myself for about the last 5 years, being by myself and healing from not only him but the relationships before that, my childhood trauma. So he's been popping up a lot lately too, and I know that in that time I really, really did question my self-worth. So I would say that this is a period of letting go of those like limiting beliefs about yourself, but also learning to accept yourself for who you are. Like, you know who you are, but it's feeling who you are, if that makes sense. Because all these years you may have had like a lower self-esteem, so there's like the talk of like saying it, faking it until you make it. This is like beyond faking it until you make it, because in your mind you know that that's who you are, but it's the matter of feeling that. So once you let go of how you used to feel about yourself, it allows more space for what you know now, for your heart and your mind to align. We have 0220, which is act on your idea. Realistic and practical approach, goals, divine timing, ambition, cooperation, and discipline. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what your plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. And then we have 1441, unique skills, life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, and important projects. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up on your career or business is of priority right now. Hope this helps.